And I don't know why this stuff works. I don't know why it functions. I don't know to what extent, but honestly, my life is so much better when I trust it, when I allow things to work out for me rather than trying to force them. Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's been a while since I actually recorded my last video. Now, more than likely to you guys, that's not going to make that big of an impact because I am pretty much several weeks advanced, from the videos I publish to the videos I record. So, it's not going to make any difference in my publishing dates, but it is kind of like stepping into a pool again after not being in it for a really long time. So, the habit is not really developed anymore. I haven't developed the habit far enough to where, it just naturally comes back to that place that it was when I first started. But, eventually I'll get there, I'm sure. The reason I haven't been recording videos lately, though, is just because I've been in kind of a low emotional state. And I get in those every now and then. I mean, we all do. And that's definitely something that I think a lot of spiritual teachers don't talk enough about, is they discuss this whole concept of being in a positive state of mind, controlling your thoughts and all these things, kind of like they're dissuading you from feeling negative emotions. But the truth is, those negative emotions are just as valuable and just as vital in our lives because they guide us towards new paths, they guide us towards new understandings, and they guide us to the things that we actually want. And your emotions are kind of like your guidance system. And I've discussed this before. One of my favorite teachers, Abraham Hicks, discusses this as well, where your emotions are like your GPS. When you take a wrong turn, the GPS just guides you from there, but you know you've taken the wrong turn. So the negative emotion is telling you you're going the wrong way. You need to make a U-turn at the next available opportunity, or turn back to the right and get back on the freeway because you mistakenly got off, whatever the case may be. Your emotions play that role. Positive emotions are you're going the right way. Negative emotions are you're going the wrong way if you really want to get to where you said you want to go. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with. The negative emotions have been plaguing me for a little while. Some of that has to do with the negative emotion lingering from watching The Handmaid's Tale and the kind of negative emotional spiral that whole thing sent me on. And then part of it is just my own frustration about particular events or lack thereof in my life. And, the concept of I want it and I want it now. And that's kind of what I wanted to make this video on, is that concept of I want it all and I want it now. Now, I'm sure you've pretty much probably heard the Queen song, I Want It All. But I have definitely found lately that has applied significantly to my life. And I actually did a video, I believe on the 8th of May, and it wasn't published on the 8th of May for you guys, but I did a video where I was discussing the concept of giving up on your dream, giving up on your goals and on your mission and whatnot. And I had the question, well, when exactly is it time to give up? And the truth is, if it's something that you want, it's never appropriate to give up. And that's frustrating at times because you're like, this is something I really want, and it is something I'm going to keep moving towards. But, when you don't see the results, you get kind of disheartened. And that's some of what I've been dealing with. But honestly, I don't even think it's the results in particular. I just think my focus got off. I started focusing more on what I wanted to get from other people rather than focus on what it is that I am doing here. Like what it is I'm trying to accomplish. And I've been rereading Reality Transurfing, which is a book that I really enjoy. I actually have the digital files this guy Bootsy Greenwood recorded, so if you guys want to read that, maybe I'll include that in the description, I don't know, but you can definitely look up Bootsy Greenwood on YouTube and you'll find him, and then the book that's recorded there. But as I'm reading through the book, I started recognizing that I had been focusing on the goal of money. I'd been focusing on trying to get certain amounts of money, and due to that, I was actually finding myself in a negative emotional state. And I think the reality transurfing does a really good job of explaining as to why this might be the case. And that's because in reality transurfing, you have this concept of pendulums. And pendulums are kind of like energy machines where they run on the collective energy of their subservience, essentially. And money is a really big pendulum. And it's one that I think many of us get trapped in at various times in our lives. I would argue that probably all of us get trapped in it at one time or another. But it's definitely one that those of us who aren't living off of trust funds and stuff are probably going to fall into quite a bit, because that drive to get more money, that drive to have enough to get by, the worry that you won't have enough is pretty common for us. I cannot say if it's the same for the remaining 1% of the population. My guess is they fall into the money pendulum as well. It's just in a different manner than we do. So, this whole judgment thing, don't do it. Don't go there. It's not about saying that they're better, we're better, or that anybody's worse or doesn't understand. It's just a matter of recognizing when we as individuals are in this pendulum. So essentially, I had been saying, this is my money goal. This is when I want to accomplish it by, and been focusing on that. And that's kind of something that books like Think and Grow Rich discuss. That's a concept that is very often described by teachers who do like law of attraction and whatnot. They discuss this whole concept of focus on your goal, focus on what you want, and then just put it into your mental field and keep repeating it over and over again until it manifests. The problem is money is actually never the goal, and I think I know that internally, but it's really hard not to focus on it sometimes when at least part of the reason why you're doing something that you're doing feels like it's for survival, it's for money, or it's for the sake of your own well-being. So I'd been focusing on that, as I've said. And then I recognized through rereading this book and recognizing that pendulum and how I had been caught in its sway, that I had lost sight of what it was that I actually wanted to accomplish, such as with work like this, which is I want to teach. And part of the reason why I want to teach is because my learning is enhanced by me explaining the concepts that I have learned to other people. So while these videos can be useful to other people as well, I think it's actually okay with me if I'm the only one watching them, because my videos help me get back into alignment, and honestly, that is what I'm looking for. I'm constantly looking for that alignment, and when I'm out of alignment and recognize it, I'm trying to find a way back to that place so that I can have the broader perspective, so that I can trust a little bit more in my well-being, that I can hope for tomorrow rather than dread it, all these other things. My life is so much better when I'm in that positive state of mind, when I'm feeling those positive emotions, so much better than it is when I'm down and feeling stuck and bogged down in the negative emotions and feeling upset and drained and all these other things. So, for me, this whole concept of teaching is actually a really big reason as to why I'm on YouTube. And it's not even necessarily because I want to teach other people, although I do think some of the insights I've had through the many teachers that I've worked with, either virtually or in person, could benefit other people. But honestly, the reason I'm on YouTube is so that I can also benefit from the knowledge that I keep forgetting that I know. So there are so many things that I've studied, so many things that I share on this YouTube channel, and almost every time when I go back and watch one of my own videos, I find myself laughing along with myself on the video. I find myself reminded of information that I've forgotten, and I find myself going, oh my gosh, that was the issue. Like, how did I forget that again? And I mean, like this video, for example, I've been in this emotional state, I don't know how many times. And as frustrating as it can be that I'm here, or was there again, the truth is, the more I practice this stuff, the quicker I catch my negative state, and the quicker I can get back to a state of alignment and back to a place of trust, so that I'm kind of raising my overall feeling or raising my overall vibration so that I'm resonating at a higher level, so that I'm feeling better more often. And that's kind of the point. I mean, I don't expect to feel good all the time, but feeling good 90% of the time, I think, is awesome, you know? And so I can't begrudge myself for feeling down. I can't be upset with myself because I'm upset, you know, and I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And that's kind of what I enjoy about concepts like this, is you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need to do is trust that the right answer will come to you when you need it, and then allow it to come. That's kind of how the law of attraction works, is you ask, believe it will come, and then receive it. And I don't know why this stuff works. I don't know why it functions. I don't know to what extent, but honestly, my life is so much better when I trust it, when I allow things to work out for me rather than trying to force them. So that's kind of what this video is about. I get very impatient. I suppose you could call it millennial syndrome or whatever. I want it all and I want it now. And sometimes I just gotta breathe. Sometimes I just have to take it slow. Sometimes I just need to trust that whatever it is that I'm wanting will come to me, and that I will be okay, whether I have buckets of money or not. You know, honestly, even if I had a lot of money, it's not going to alter my emotional state. My emotional state is completely separate from the circumstances of life, despite what other people might say. Yours is too. So keep that in mind. Remember that while you may not have everything that you want right now, you'll get there, and that you just need to be easy. You just need to take life as it comes and trust that things will work out as you want them to, as they're supposed to, and know that it's okay to feel down. You'll come out of it eventually, sooner or later. And hopefully these videos will help you do that too. So that's all I have to say. Definitely click the like video if you enjoyed this, or click on the subscribe button as well, because, you know, you want to be updated on my future postings and reminded of all these lessons that I'm continually reminding myself of as well. And then also click on the notification bell so that you are notified when new videos are posted by me. I mean, you can do the same thing on other channels if you want to. And then if you have any ideas, comments, questions that you want me to talk about in future videos, definitely leave those in the comment section and I will do my best to respond appropriately. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Welcome me back. It's definitely interesting to try to restart making videos after you haven't for a while. And I mean, it's only been a week and a half maybe, but still, it feels like a whole new world again, which is always really funny. So yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.